Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to brace yourself for this video because shit hits the fan and it hits it hard. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about comic books and stuff. And in this video, we're heading back to Weatherman. As promised, Nathan has found his way back to his friends and he's going to save them one way or another. But first I should clarify, Nathan was still human, but he got help from the assistant that was constantly being tortured to find a cure for humanity's virus. And so while he went crazy, Nathan was looking for his friends, but sadly, his friends were about to be food for the virus itself. They were being put on a ship to be delivered to the surface. They were actually being forced because we know Marshall wouldn't take that rubbish. Amanda, Marshall, and the kid got on the ship, and Nathan only had time to see them being carried away. Luckily for him, the Disco Queen was docked. He had a ship to catch them. And Lord knows he needed that ship because what came next was ridiculous. But while this was going on, there was another strike by the Sword of God. The president was losing poll numbers fast. But thankfully, the intelligence unit had captured a member of the Sword of God. And now they had gotten some information from her. They know now that the Sword of God has a psychic on their side, so they usually scan the brain. That was important because now they know they only need to rewrite someone's mind to infiltrate their organization. But right now, that was not important. Amanda and Marshall were running for their lives because, the zombies were coming. They had no way out. They were expecting to die. Unbeknown to them that, our boy Nathan was coming with the ship. And realizing that this was his final ride, he chose the Hail Mary and clicked the button he wasn't meant to, only for the ship to transform. Our boy Nathan was too excited to even fathom what was happening. His friends were about to die, but they should have known Nathan was never going to let that happen, because Nathan came through stomping on the monsters and revealed he was a goddamn Jaeger. His friends were too stunned to speak, but he was too stunned to even act because he started pressing buttons, doing whatever he thought he could, and he was just wasting it. As soon as he got his friends on board, he revealed how he was still alive. Everyone left him for dead, but he chose to release the guy that was in the cell being tortured, and they became friends. That's why he was here. As he was telling his story, White took control, and she went crazy because this is what she lives for. She sliced and diced so many monsters, she was feeling herself. Matter of fact, she started twerking in the Jaeger. Unbeknownst to her, the prisoners had a plan. They were planning to blow up the monster, especially now that they were feeding in one location. The transport ship went up in flames and was coming in hot. Thankfully, White was fast enough to move. As the explosion took half of a city block, the leader thought it was all over till she heard a screech. She had fucked up. She not only didn't provide food, but she also angered this virus. It was up. It morphed into a flying kaiju and headed straight for the city in the sky. Amanda rushed. She thought she could save the hard drive. She thought she could at least complete her mission. But the leader already knew it was up, so she went to get some guns. Because if she's going down fighting. But there was no point. She was about to get crushed. It was fitting that the person that was about to crush her was the people she sent down to die. They had combined into this mega virus. The floating city in the sky, the safe haven, was done. It was going to come crashing down. So they tried to save the people they could, men, women, and children, and this prick scientist, because he was the only one that understood the tech to put memories back into our boy Nathan. But then he realized that his experimentation had borne fruit. His assistant was now sane. He could command a virus. He could heal the world. But you tortured him. He decided to let the world burn, even if he dies in the process. And so, he died. He went crashing down with the floating city, and it was done. Amanda felt like a failure. Everyone else was celebrating, but she wasn't. She didn't want to celebrate. This was all for nothing. But Nathan got frustrated and realized that, this has to be done. He pulled out the hard drive. All this time, it's been with him. All this time. He goes on to explain that he thought about never giving it to her because he doesn't want to die. But this is needed to save the world. He realizes that now. He is Nathan, and he is not Ian. He did the right thing. Now come, let's celebrate before I die. Shorty was too stunned to speak. But now they had to leave Earth. You see, coming into a virus-infested planet was easy. Leaving was hard. They had a whole battalion ready to shoot them down because you could not infect the galaxy. So the only option was to call in and inform them of the mission. And when they did, they met none other than the president herself. They negotiated a deal. Take the refugees to a safe place and allow her team leave. Simple. The president agreed, and she asked about Nathan, and the president made it clear, yeah, your boy is being uploaded as soon as he's here. Be happy. Your mission was a success. She goes ahead to inform her team, but they don't want to. I mean, they're bounty hunters / assassins. Of course they don't want to mess with the government, but she assures them that they are good. And right now, she has more things to be worried about. Right now, she has to watch her friend, Nathan Bright, die. Because as soon as he's done with his last meal, they call him to get his memory shuffled. And he embraces Amanda, saying goodbye. She didn't know how to feel. She's meant to hate this man. He took Earth from her. He took her son, her world from her. But watching him die, yeah, it felt wrong. Thankfully, midway through, they find out that they couldn't do it. The hard drive was messed up. They informed the president, and she was mighty disappointed. But the intelligence officer made it clear that, yeah, this ain't no failure. Just give us Nathan, and we will handle it. We will instill murderous intent into his mind directly, turning him into Ian Black. That was hella unethical, and before they could even say no, they found out that there was a countdown to the world's destruction. There was no time to waste. The president said, go ahead, turn that Weatherman into a monster in 1 week. And the head of the intelligence agency went forward with her operation. She forced him to watch everything about his life, including every kill he has ever completed over and over again. And in 1 week, we see the results, or rather, we hear it with a bang. Everyone in the room heard it as they were watching from a camera. Nathan had gone undercover, posing as himself, posing as Ian Black. All tied up and bound in ropes by Metal Molly and placed in a car. They were heading somewhere. But you see, I forgot to mention something. Nathan was Nathan for a reason. Nathan was a personality born from the sheer trauma our boy Ian went through. It is discovered that Ian never lost his memories. The extraction failed. Our boy Nathan was just a personality that was born to take his place. He had developed split personality disorder because he hated who he was and what he had done so much. You wanted a monster. Now the monster has returned. Ian Black has returned.